First question, because we didn't get to ask Michael this question. What is going on between Root and Finch as far as, I love the fact that you guys started off at such an adversarial place and now you're like besties. At least I think from Root's perspective. I don't know if it's from Finch's perspective.
Being like, yes, that's been just such a joy, that relationship. It's, as an actor, getting to do scenes with Michael is, I don't think it gets better than that. Every person I meet in the world is like, you get to act with Michael. I know, I'm so lucky. So yeah, it's been fun to see. It's been a roller coaster. We get close together and then something happens that pulls us apart, and I feel like at the end of it all we've ended together, but now we have to rebuild this machine, and what is that going to mean, because I don't think we necessarily have the same opinion about what that should be. So I think there will be some good juicy scenes, and it'll be fun.
So the machine has been kind of Root's caretaker in a certain way, and now Root is holding the machine in a box. So is Root going to kind of show a more caretaking role?
I feel like I'm making this up because we haven't started shooting yet, and I don't know what we're writing. But it seems like, for me, I feel like she's like it has to be the machine's voice. Like, if she's always spoken through the machine's spoken through her, and now she feels like the machine can't talk, so she has to speak up for what the machine needs.
No, absolutely. I think your character's always been the biggest advocate for the machine, and I think that is what's so interesting about this show, that you are now getting to take part in actually reconstituting it and growing it with Finch, and those debates that you guys are going to have. I mean, this is war, and so you do wonder, how far will each of you go? We'll see.
So Denise, you've written some amazing episodes, but how is it that you always end up with the episodes where everyone dies? How have you gotten the angel of death
I'm not sure how this has happened.
halo?
I don't know.
They call her the darkness or something.
Writers, the writers in the writers' room. They're under the impression that I pitch sometimes darker, twisted things. Not always true, because I have had a lot of kissing and snuggling and smooshing in my episodes, right? You had good. I got 411. So there's love.
Or just to make the heartbreak that much harder. You're like, I'll make it happy for 1 second.
Speaking of the love aspect, with Shaw kind of off to the side right now, is Root just going to get a little more and more unhinged because she's got this hole in her life that Shaw was filling, or do you think she can keep it together because of what's going on with the machine?
I think that's been a struggle because they are both priorities to her, and I think at the end of last year she kind of ultimately had to decide if she didn't do everything to save the machine, then there would be no purpose to saving Shaw. So I think that's kind of what point we're at, like that without the machine there's no happiness in the world anyway.
Right, yeah, what's the purpose, yeah. But it is true, I mean, those are basically the two loves of your character's lives, so it is hard, it's hard to prioritize, and I feel like your character wouldn't give up her search for Shaw.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I wonder if there will be like an aspect of guilt because my trying to track down Shaw is what ultimately outbred the machine to surrender.
But now, and also, that's true, that's a good point. But now you also know that she will die. For sure. And it will haunt you.
In what form is she alive, though? Because that's
the question.
Yeah.
So if you find Shaw, and she's not the Shaw you
No.
knew before.
I think
How's
that will be
gonna-
very hard for Root to accept, would be my guess. I don't know, right? Seems like it.
So with all the so with all the awful things that are going on around her, Root still gets some of the most badass things, but she also gets some of the funniest lines ever. Were there particular scenes that that you looked at the script and were like, wow, this is just absolutely hilarious. I can't believe I get to do this?
So many. I mean, every episode is like such a fun. It's like getting a present. You get to read it, and I could never come up with any of the things they come up with. So when I read an episode, I feel like that's what's so great about the show and why audience numbers and everyone likes it is because you have everything. You have drama and comedy. I mean, I've had so much fun getting to do all those different things like the Runaway Bride and Bear Suit. I mean, that's been, I'm just like, oh, what costume do I get to wear this week? Which is, I love playing dress up.
How did, okay.
I was like, do you guys have a theory about why Root calls the machine she? Nobody else does. Everyone says it.
I think that's the voice I hear is a female voice. So whether I was thinking about this. Okay. I'm gonna pitch. So I was thinking because you have the app Waves on your phone.
Oh, and you can pick.
And you choose. Like my son's always like, put on Elvis, and my daughter's always like, put on the British lady. Right. And so I kind of feel like the machine is kind of like that to people. Like maybe the people subconsciously want to hear Elvis or whatever.
Like she knows you well enough that she knows
that I want to hear that voice.
Yeah,
That's kind of leads into the question I had, which is your version of how you see the machine and Finch's version are totally two different things. Kind of like, what do you think when Root is listening to the machine? What kind of personality is she hearing? I feel like she's not hearing what the machine is necessarily saying. Like it's a disconnect. Like someone says, "Hey, you should go get out of this chair," and you're like, "You want me to sit in the chair? Okay."
Like a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like there's
I feel like the machine has gotten me out of some things, but if I wasn't listening to her exactly, I would be dead by now. Shooting behind me.
Well, more like the meaning. More like the meaning behind. Yes, the personality behind it. Because when I see the machine through Finch's eyes, it seems very caring and very sweet. But your version's not necessarily the same.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't really participate in the aspects of the machine where she's out trying to save the irrelevant stuff. So that's not usually the storyline that I'm involved in. It's more of giving her power and things like that.
It's also true that you do have a direct line to the machine, whereas Finch has cut off his contact, right, and is only getting numbers for so long. So I think we saw an evolution with him in the machine at the end of last year, where it reached out to him and called him father. But until that point, I don't think that they have the same lines of communication as you have in the machine. So you probably are getting more of her personality in her ear.
We should ask what Reese hears in his ear, and then we can compare the two.
It hears Finch, nothing but Finch.
Like back in season 3, Jonathan Jonas said that for like the episode where Carter died, that they showed you like old like 70s movies, like Sold Out Precinct 13 and like Warriors. Are there like aesthetic sources that you have gone to or are going to this next season? Or?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I know that we have talked a lot about using some handheld this year that we haven't done before, making it a little bit more on the ground, intense, kind of getting that sense of being hunted by Grant. So, in the past we've kind of always, been steady or been gliding kind of, on a dolly or whatever. Now we're talking about really kind of going over there. So I think we will see the aesthetic slightly change this year.
Is there a difference between acting for a surveillance camera and acting for a regular camera?
Interesting question.
I don't know. A lot of times probably like a bad actor thing to reveal. Sometimes when we do the MPOVs, we're not really thinking. Sometimes they're so far away and it's like cold, and they're like we can only see the motion, so they don't have us. We don't necessarily play the scenes as full out. Obviously, it's a lot of times it's just a glimpse, or they're like we're going to use this for 1 second.
Right. You just cut it really quick.
Yeah. So we don't. It doesn't feel as. It's kind of different with everyone. Like Michael and I usually play the scene as it is. Sometimes Jim and I'm just like, oh, I guess we're doing this. We don't. He's like just doing something else. Right? We do that. But it all seems to work out.
Any questions? Oh, can you give us any tease at all? Because I know you guys have just kind of started. Can you tease us a little bit about the upcoming season?
What did the guy say?
We actually didn't ask.
You're supposed to tell us.
What did he say?
Actually, we asked them. We got sidetracked on surveillance and Fusco's future. We actually didn't ask this question. So it's So this
the struggle between you and your character and Finn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just a tease. Anything you can think of that you're allowed to say.
Are you writing the first episode?
I am not actually. Greg is with another writer, Tony Camarino.
Okay.
Yeah. She told me a good tease that I get to have a special moment with Bear.
Well, what does that mean?
That sounds right.
No bears there?
I think the machine knows everyone's there.
Well, let's hope Samaritan doesn't.
The bear's important to the team.
Bear's important to the team, but
He doesn't get a little box.
Yeah, the bear doesn't get a box. Bear should totally get a box.
Bear needs Bear.
Yeah.
He needs a box.
Well,
Season 5.
with the lack of
That's
the
the theme. Bear and his box.
Well, you mentioned that Root feels like she has to represent for the machine while the machine is not available to talk. So what does Root think the machine wants? Like,
I think the machine, if I was gonna pitch it, I would say I think she wants to give the machine as much power as I think she feels like we need to kind of cut the cord a little, let her make some more decisions on her own, and let her communicate with us in a way kind of like what happened at the end of last season, where I was like, get in the game, we need you to cut off the elevator, and Harold's always been like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. So I think what I would guess is she's gonna say we need more of that if we're going to be able to win this war.
So do you think Root actually ever gets afraid of anything, or is she just so driven in her mind that things just don't faze her?
I feel like she did get afraid of losing Shaw.
Right.
And there's fear with the machine too, with both of them. That seems like the ultimate fear. Like if we can't save this, then we're doomed. I mean, she seems more convinced of that than anyone. Like we have to make this happen, or else there's nothing.
So with the machine in a box, you and Finch will have to, Root and Finch will have to rebuild it. So now we have the challenge that's been our storytelling device since episode 1. And so now we have 13 episodes. How is it going to be more serialized? Because we don't exactly have the POI of the week anymore. At least we presume that will take a few weeks for Root and Finch to work their magic.
Well, I do think our storytelling is going to be compressed. I do think we're going to concentrate on telling those stories that we really want to tell, those character moments that we really want to see. But I think that also goes hand in hand with the idea that the numbers, your relevance, have kind of been baked into the fabric of our show and kind of the DNA of our show. So I don't think that we're going to step away from that, but I do think because the machine is different and it's evolving and it's changing, that the way that we help those people is probably going to change. Those numbers are going to change a little bit.
That'll be interesting.
So, question I asked for some of the others, I want to ask you, how do you see the balance between surveillance being something to basically protect the country or the people, and going too far and being misused and being used to pry into people's lives where it shouldn't be? How's that balance?
That is such a tough question, right? It's the question. Yeah. I feel like maybe I've gotten sucked into the Root philosophy. It's okay, right? It's all gonna work out. I feel like as long as the machine's good, I guess that's the problem.
Where do you see Root at the end of this? If this is the last season, where do you want Root to be?
Does she make it out alive?
I hope her and her machine and Shaw have a nice, happy little
family. With hair.
With hair, yeah.
And baby AI.
Yes.
Shaw's twin.
I feel like